So in this episode, we're back on, well, not we, I'm back on the Hearse. Haven't touched this thing for about a month since the transmission decided to crapola, so it's time to go ahead and pull this thing out and see if I can't figure out what the heck is going on with it. I've been trying to figure out what and how to actually get this thing on here because I got a few different problems. The biggest one being the size of this beast. It doesn't really fit on my lift. I mean, I can kind of get it on there for like a little bit of stuff, but something like this, I can't get it high enough in my back shop. And I can't take the lift out and put it in front of the garage because the ground isn't level, so I don't want this thing falling and killing me, which would be kind of negative. So I've decided to leave it in the front garage, put it back on the cribbing, and then slide under there on my back and pull the transmission out, which sounds very exciting. I can't wait to do that. But I don't really find any other logical way to do it other than paying somebody else, which is what I should be doing, but it's not very interesting. So it is what it is. We're just going to go and handle it. So now I'm going to figure out how to get the cribbing under this thing without killing me. It's a real challenge. Gotta keep my manly posture in shape here. So close. All right, got the first level up. Time for round two. I'm pretty positive this is how they built the pyramids. One crappy Chinese jack and a couple of blocks of wood. That seems kind of sketchy. That was sketchy. I'll be safer next time, I promise. Well, that's as good as it gets. So I think that'll be enough room to get the trans out. Right there. So if I can maybe get a transmission jack. I don't have one, so perhaps I can find one because that would make things a heck of a lot easier. But there's plenty of access under there, so I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal to get off. But I got to pull the two-piece drive shaft, which will be delightful. Other than that, it should be all right. Famous last words, right? Well, now that all that fun and excitement is done, and I actually survived it, which is always a good thing, now let's try to figure out how to pull this thing out of here. I've never actually rebuilt a 4L60, so it's new to me. But really, how hard can it be? Oh, God, that's heavy. Alrighty. All hail the metrics. What the hell's wrong with my battery here? Bullshit. Whatever. Because if you do recall, back when I pulled the transmission pan, everything looked fine there, famous last words. So some fantastic news in that I pulled my transmission pan and changed the filter and all the good stuff on it, and the pan is nice and clean, no crud in there, so the chances of the transmission being good is definitely highly probable. It's one of the downsides of buying a used motor and trans is you never really know the story of it until you fire it up and find out it's garbage. So thankfully, it all looks good. Even the magnet was clean, so that's good. I got high hopes with that transmission. Climb under the car, what I find is a bunch of fluid everywhere. Here, let me show you. Oh. Yeah. So what I see is fluid all over the bottom of the car. So what I think may have happened is I think the front seal might have blown out and pumped fluid out. And that very well may be the only thing that's wrong with it. However, in order to change the front seal, transmission has to come out of the car, so it's like might as well go ahead and do it anyway. Now, if I was logical, I would take this thing to the transmission shop and have them just do it in 2 days. Give me a quote of $2,300, but I have 2 kids in college, so that's not really a very good option. So $150 later, we're gonna go ahead and pull this thing out and figure it out. I've never done one, so it's new to me. So what's worse that can happen, right? Well, so the first order of business is to pull the drive shaft. Can't get the drive shaft out. Let me show you. You'll notice the bearing is hitting the floor. Can't get the drive shaft to come out far enough. Yeah, that'll work. Had to jack the floor up a little bit to get it out, but we're good to go now. Ready. All right. Poor man's transmission jack. Oh yeah, that's gonna work just fine. Oh yeah, that's perfect. I don't call it a wiggle room in terms of height, but good enough. Oh shit. See, that I think is tightening. Oh. It's always the little things that are the hardest. There we are. A little cramped under here. So close. And I'm still a farmer too. A farm in Texas, but a farm down in Peru. Oh, Nelly. Oh, Nelly. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. I mean, I don't want to call myself a genius or anything, but I'm a genius. Not a very smart genius, but a genius nonetheless. All right, now I'm gonna get those undone. Unplug my little chingabob there, and this baby's free. Yeah, I've had better days. I've had worse days. I've had a lot of days. Mostly self-imposed misery. Alrighty. Oh, curses. Alright, let's try that again with my multi-purpose wrench. Oh, I hate it. Oh, look, no fluid. Imagine that. No juice in this thing. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was the problem. I just ain't got no tranny juice in it. Gotta have that tranny juice. Ugh. Alrighty. Yeah. It's like a human sacrifice. Also like my sacrifice. Alrighty. It's well, at least now I get to try to figure out how to get out of there. But closer, closer, closer. Oh. Alright. Well, that wasn't too bad. I got about 10 hours in getting this thing out of here, so now the fun part began. I don't know what that is, but whatever. But my homemade tranny jack worked out just fantastic. So, I mean, not quite sure what to do. So, I don't know. I've never done one of these before, so it's new to me, so I guess we'll figure it out as we go. Because reality is just like anything else, just take it apart and figure out how it's brought together and hope you do it right the first time, which never happens, but you know. The first goal is to get some of the fluid out of there. I mean, I didn't have too much spillage, but I did earn my Red Wings, so, you know. I mean, really, the worst part of the transmission is the mess. It's relatively, in the grand scheme of things, simple to rebuild. It's just the mess. It's just horrible. All right. Yeah, definitely don't want that on my workbench. Had to go buy a set of Torx bits. This thing off. There we go. That little guy's held me up all day long. Or maybe it's this guy, one of them. Any excuse to buy tools, really. Well, I guess I'll be testing that lifetime warranty now. Perk the damn thing right off. Can't get the transmission apart until I get the bell housing off. Can't get the bell housing off until I get the bolts out. And currently, I can't get the bolts out. Well, that was a nice start to the morning. Whoops. Things happen. Alrighty, rearmed. Let's try it again. This entire project revolves around one little piece. But apparently I can't get the tag off. There we are. You'll also notice a 40 Merc showed up somehow. Things just keep popping up around here. Things of pain and misery, it seems. Shit. Well, apparently not. Well, I stripped 2 of them. So, not sure what to do now. But it's these 2 in there. I mean, that one I can cut. That one, that's kind of in there. So, I don't know. I'll have to think of something. Always good times. Right. Right on, right on. Right, that is a milestone. Took a lot longer than it should have. It's got a bunch of doodads in there. watching a video on how to actually tear this thing apart. This is what you call a little behind the scenes type stuff, so I can actually pretend like I know what I'm doing. I don't. Honestly, the trick isn't rebuilding it, it's figuring out how to take it apart efficiently and remember how to put it back together. For the most part, it's pretty easy. You know, you'll notice this is automatic transmission. They don't actually have any gears. Like a manual transmission's got 3 or 4 gears that move back and forth. This is essentially one shaft with a series of clutches in it that technically are the gears. It's a lot easier than it looks. It's like emptying out a clown car, piece after piece after piece. Trying to make a mental note of how all these things come apart and go back together. Second gear, I think. These little springs are for softer shifting. So I'm told anyway. You know, the truth is anybody can do just about anything as long as you're too stupid to realize you can't do it. So I think reverse, I think. Ta-da! And there it is. Taken apart as much as I possibly can. There is over 200 pieces in a 4L60, by the way. This is the front pump area, which does all the hydraulic pumping. Then you got clutch baskets, clutch assemblies, clutch drum. This is a piston for the back, another clutch drum. Just a lot of little doodads. And all those guys waiting to go back in. And in reality, it's not as difficult as it sounds. It's more of like figuring out how to get it apart and all the little things. But for the most part, it's relatively straightforward. Now I gotta go figure out how to put it back together. Yeah, the absolute worst part of this thing is just having oil everywhere. I mean, it's unavoidable. It just leaks out of every little crevice, gets all over you, all over everything. I've been cleaning up all day long. Went through a couple of rolls of paper towels, a bunch of cleaning stuff. It's just unavoidable. It's just part of it. But I figure I'm gonna go, rinse myself through a car wash or something like that to clean myself off, and then we'll be good to reassemble. So I just need to go find a video so I can watch to actually figure out how to reassemble this thing. I don't even have a diagram at this point. So we're starting with absolutely nothing other than more than a whole mess of parts. Anyways, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Well, maybe.